Hello, hello, hello. So, how do you lose weight and keep it off? We're always trying to do things with our conscious mind. Let me just tell you this first thing. Our conscious mind is 2% and our subconscious is 98%. So, what we tend to do is we make a decision with our 2% and then we try to figure out how to do it. So we go to the diet, we restrict the calories, we restrict this, we restrict that, we make ourselves exercise, we follow a plan, we do what somebody tells us, and we're completely in opposition to our bodies. There's an easier way. But here's the first thing I want you to realize what's happening here is that, first of all, you're saying that something's wrong, that you're not happy with where you are. That's generally what starts with, isn't it? I'm not fitting into my trousers, I'm not fitting into my dress. I don't look good. Look at my body. Look at this. Look at that. Look at the other. Complaint after complaint after complaint. Would you speak to somebody else the way you speak to your body? Would you? Would you really do that? You see, I know I walked past the mirror and I would look at myself and I'd go, ugh. I did that for like 49 years. Well, clearly not whenever I was a little baby, didn't know that. But when I was old enough to realize, I used to just look at myself and I would be in disgust at myself. But luckily, I've got a very strong 2% and I'd carry on and everything would be fine. But what a way to talk to yourself. What a way to talk to yourself. Look at the state of you. Look, you're fat here. Look at that. Why do we do that? So you see, that's the first thing, that we think something's wrong. And so we complain or we try to change. There is an easier way. First of all, accept who you are. Accept what your body is. Accept that it is the most miraculous, amazing thing that you have been given to walk around in. Have you got two arms? Have you got two legs? Does your heart beat? Does that belly you're complaining about digest your food? And then maybe the food and your belly, I've got IBS, but what have you been putting in it? But more importantly than that, what are the thoughts you're putting in your belly? What are those thoughts? It all starts with a thought. The thought about the food that's going into the belly. Start there. But even that, go behind that again. Start with who you are and how amazing you are. See, what I realized with Thinking into Results was that this was a journey through myself, which this material here was just cutting through everything and throwing up all the rubbish thinking that I was doing and that I wasn't even aware of, that I thought to think that things had to be changed, that this was wrong and it had to be this way. How do I know I'm not perfect just the way I am? And so this material took me through myself, throwing up all the rubbish, all the old programming, to myself so I could start to really love Sheena. I mean, the journey doesn't stop there, but this is a good journey to get to in the first place, about really understanding about how to lose weight. Perhaps you're perfect as you are. Oh, but this. Who said? The magazines? Somebody else? Maybe it's for your health. Good. But what's the conversation going on in your head? What is that conversation? What is that story? I'm fat. I'm ugly. I need to do this to get this to happen. I need to do this for this to happen. I need to starve myself so I can be pretty. I need to punch it out and exercise. I need to eat food that I don't even want to eat, but there's hardly any calories in it, so that's really good. I suggest there's a better way. And it does all start with love. And you go, Sheena, that doesn't work. Listen, you've been talking to yourself like crap for how long? 10 years, 20 years, 30 years? And you expect it all to be over in a week? Doesn't work that way, does it? I mean, it would do if you made the decision. It'd be all right. But what I found was that I had to make the decision every day until the decision made me. And so I stopped weighing, I stopped criticizing, I started appreciating, I started accepting, I started allowing. I allowed me to be me. I allowed me to be me with extra weight. I allowed me to be me with less weight. I started appreciating those stretch marks were because I had two beautiful babies. Aren't I blessed? I started to laugh at the cellulite on my bum because I knew the amount of wine and maybe, fatty food that I'd been eating and drinking that contributed to that, and thought about all the fun times that I had. I started to love my legs, started to love my skin. Listen, you're a walking miracle. You're a walking universe. We are like the micro version of the bigger universe. You're a micro version of that, and all these cells and the space and everything that are moving around to keep you looking in this place. You're not solid, but you're trying to do physical things to change a physical world when it's already manifested. We have to get to the core of your results, and what's that? Your self-image. How do you feel about yourself? So you diet to feel good about yourself. And I propose the paradigm shift is that you feel good about yourself and you don't need to diet. What if the conversation was, I feel slim. I feel slim and I am beautiful. And you keep saying it until you start to believe it. I eat healthy. I love to drink water. Good, healthy, clear water with my dinner. I love healthy food. I choose healthier food all the time. I choose food that is in alignment with who I am right here, right now. And you stop the weighing. And you stop stop saying you're wrong. Because the other way is to say that you're wrong and something needs changing. God, you created me, but you know what? You didn't do quite a good enough version here. I need to do something about it. Now, there's something about looking after yourself and respecting yourself. But is respecting yourself saying that you're wrong, saying that you're fat, saying that you need to change? Is that respect? Acceptance. Acknowledge who you are and accept where you are. And in that, there's no resistance. You see, you're trying to get to this weight because you're resistant to being this weight. Well, guess what happens? Now, through sheer force and effort, you're going to get there. You're going to get to your ideal weight. But not because you really want it, because you don't want to be fat, or you don't want to be that weight, or you don't want to be this and you don't want to be that. So you're in resistance to all of that, and what you resist persists. Be happy first. Know that you can eat whatever you want. It's all energy. And it's your judgment that makes something good or bad. Now, there may be plenty of people go, Sheena, here's the evidence on this, here's the evidence on that. Well, here's the thing. Here's the evidence on statins, that they save your life. Do they? Do they really? When they did studies of the belief of the physician and the patient, when neither believed, there was no result. When the physician believed, there was a better result. When both the physician and the patient believed, there was a better result. Now, the absolute risk reduction was only something around 0.5. So that's like half a person out of 100. So clearly, was it saving lives? Are they saving lives? Are they? If it was true, it would be true for everybody. The only truth is your truth. Your truth. If you believe in it, it works. If you don't, it doesn't. So if you believe you're a fat person, if you believe you're ugly, then you can try and change all the outside stuff. Maxwell Maltz did this in his book Cybernetics, when he tried to change, people's faces, and he realized that some people really did change on the inside. They were happier because their outside had changed, but other people weren't happy. They fixed their noses and they were still unhappy. He realized that there were two images, the one on the outside, but the one that drove the results was on the inside. There's only your truth, and you can decide what that is. If you want to eat noodles all day, eat them. But if you don't believe noodles are healthy for you, then that thought, it is the thought that makes them unhealthy. The noodles are just noodles. Can you hear what I'm saying here? You may think it's a load of rubbish. Good. Absolutely great. Because what's true for you is true for you. That's okay. But for those who are listening to this and going, you know what? I've tried this over and over again, but I don't know how to do this. Then try it this way. Create your new belief, create your self-image, and feel into it. See her, walk in her, no matter what the physical results are. See and walk like the person you want to be. See the flat stomach. See it all. I have got such great time at doing this for myself. So many times we try to shrink. And people can see us anyway, but what we did was shrink our energy. People don't see me, I'm not looking so good today. Step up and step out into yourself. People don't see you, they see your energy. They calculate your essence. And if you're shrinking, then they'll see a small person. And if you're standing tall, then they'll see this power person walking in front of them. And you'll fill them with hope and light and everything else, and a big smile on your face. And then who cares what weight you are? You see, what we tend to do is when we think we're wrong, we think we're in lack. So you may have a positive mental attitude in that 2%, but what you're doing with your reptilian brain is allowing the lack to go down your spinal cord, sending those communications, lack, something's wrong, something's wrong, something's wrong. And so you send out the indicator of stress. And so your body's in stress. So anxious about food and what you're eating, and don't eat that. Oh, don't eat that. Eat what you want. It's your thought about it that's going to affect it. It's your self-image about your body. Your body is doing everything that you're asking it to do. Every single thing. This universe is a friendly place. It is giving you everything you want. It really is. If you want to know how to change your self-image, there's a link down there or up there, can't remember where. And it was one of the first things that absolutely shot me to number one in the company that I was in. Shot me to number one. Because all of a sudden, the image of myself changed. Because I realized I was trying to be somebody else and I was actually making myself wrong. When I realized how Sheena thinks, then I was free to think and be me, and my energy was just even bigger and better. It's just a start, but it's a great start. I hope I've helped you today. I hope you know that you don't have to, just somebody watching this and you're going, I knew I didn't have to diet. I knew it was too much effort. If it's effort, you're negating. We want ease, flow, and joy. Ease, flow, and joy. Can you do that today? Can you? Perhaps you'll book a call. Maybe we'll change even more about your life. There's a link down there, up there. Click like and share if this resonates with you, and have the most wonderful day.